NIO stock has climbed over 100% in the last month, and I don't think this is going to stop anytime soon. Let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Greg, and I make videos about the stock market and options trading. If that's the type of thing that you're into, make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell so you're notified every single time that I make a video. Today I'm going to be talking about NIO, the Chinese electric vehicle company that's been on a huge run recently. To break it down for you, first I'm going to start off by giving you the reasons as to why I think that NIO stock is up so much right now. Then I'm going to give you my price predictions for NIO stock and where I think they're going next. And finally, if you stick around all the way to the end, I'm going to be showing you my next move for NIO stock. Getting into my theory behind the recent rally for NIO, I think this is likely attributed to Biden.
There's fraud going all over the place.
Some people are still debating on whether or not Biden is the new president-elect because of all the court cases that are going on to try to recount the vote, but at least statistically speaking, from past elections, voter fraud and vote recounts haven't swayed the election in the opposite direction. And NIO investors are loving a Biden win right now for a couple reasons. First, China tensions. China tensions are likely going to ease if Biden is, in fact, the new president. China tensions seem to be at all-time highs under Trump with all the trade wars, the tariffs, and overall his distaste for China, whereas Biden seems like he's probably going to be a little more lenient. Biden is seeking to create a global economy, whereas Trump is all about putting America first. This is great news for Chinese stocks. With Biden likely easing up on the tariffs over in China, China will be more encouraged to export to the United States. And this has become clear from the move that we've seen from Chinese electric vehicle companies over the last few months. Li Auto, XPeng, and NIO have all gained a ton on the possibility of Biden winning the election. Another reason why we've seen this big move is blatantly more obvious. Biden is all about sustainable energy. Under a Biden presidency, I think that electric vehicle stocks have a lot more to gain because he's all for pushing the electric vehicle market. So basically, this makes up the perfect recipe for NIO, being a Chinese electric vehicle company. This means that NIO stock is probably going to do pretty darn well over the next few years, especially if they're able to continue to increase their production numbers and expand their US operations. Another reason for their stock possibly going up in the recent weeks has been anticipation of their earnings report. For the last 5 quarters, NIO has been able to reduce their losses and increase their earnings per share. Albeit still negative, there is a possibility of them posting a positive earnings per share this quarter. Considering the growth that they've seen over the last quarter, posting 3 record delivery numbers 3 months in a row, this is definitely possible. If this is the case and NIO finally becomes profitable, NIO investors better put their seatbelt on because they're in for a crazy ride. Right now they're trading around $45, which is going to look like child's play if they're able to prove a profit this quarter. A lot of people see companies that aren't making profits yet as speculative trades, but once they start to prove a profit and grow their revenue, then people are more likely to invest long-term in the company. Once they finally post their first positive earnings per share, the stock could easily go up by 30 to 50% to around $60. It's really hard to tell where NIO might be in the long run, but considering their market cap right now of $60 billion, comparing that to Tesla's $400 billion, we can assume that there might be a 6-fold increase for their stock. Now, NIO and Tesla are completely different, considering that Tesla is an international company, whereas NIO only makes their sales in China, but they are looking to expand globally. They already have a headquarters here in the United States in San Jose, California, but they're not yet manufacturing and selling vehicles here in the States. I think that once they're able to build and sell their cars globally, and if they can beat Tesla in terms of the pricing of their vehicles, they could build a market cap similar to where Tesla is right now. Personally, I think that Tesla is going to be worth trillions of dollars one day, leaving NIO in the dust, but the 6-fold increase in their market cap would send their stock from $45 as of right now to $270 long term. This is just my theory, at least, in how I'm basing my trades. And speaking of my trades, let me tell you my plan for NIO stock. This morning, I ended up buying a NIO call, the $43 strike price, expiring January 15th of 2021. I bought this option for $770, and I ended up taking profit on this about 30 minutes later, selling it for $905. The reason I ended up making this trade is because they were trading above the mid of VWAP, the purple line here, and the 180 exponential moving average line. Typically, this is a very bullish sign, so I ended up buying it right around this area, and I took my profits right around here whenever I saw their RSI was overextended. I'm glad I ended up taking profits when I did, because they pretty much traded flat for the rest of the day. But I am planning to trade NIO again this week. If we go over to NIO's option chain, playing options on earnings reports can get a little bit tricky because of implied volatility. If we go with the November 20th calls, these are going to have the highest implied volatility because they're expected to move the most. So this call has 140% implied volatility. But if we stretch our expiration date out to say January 15th again, then the implied volatility on these is going to be a whole lot less, 109%. In order for me to make the most of my money, I'm going to need to have my gamma value high. And right now, the highest gamma value option is this $46 strike price. So this has a gamma value of 0.192. If you don't understand the Greeks just yet, I made a video just for you. You can go check that out in the top right corner. If NIO stock ends up sticking around this price of around $45, then I'm probably going to end up buying this $46 strike price expiring on January 15th. If my theory is correct on NIO posting a positive earnings per share and they end up climbing to $60, this option has a delta value of 55. So if we multiply 55 by the $15 change, I'm going to be making roughly $825, which is a 112% return. So that's pretty darn good if you ask me. But if I'm wrong about this theory and they don't end up posting a positive earnings per share, NIO stock could easily sell off. And if we look at past resistance lines, which are now supports, this could go all the way down to around $30. I'm expecting it to probably gain support around $35 or so between the 180 exponential moving average line and the 30 simple moving average line. But of course, it could come a lot lower. If it ends up coming down after the earnings report, I'm probably just going to average down on this option. And whenever they post their next monthly deliveries report, their stock is probably just going to skyrocket up from there, and I can end up probably taking a profit. That's my plan on NIO. And if you want to see what trade I'm making in real time, I post all of my trades over on my Discord. It's the first link in the description, it's pinned to the comments, and it's completely free. There's 500 other members in there, so come join us, get some ideas about the market, and make some profit with us. That's all I have for you today on NIO. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, remember to stay positive, stay green. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.